There are two kinds of crashes in life: the kind you walk away from, and the kind that quietly changes who you are forever. For Missy, the first crash ended her career. The second crash ended her freedom. She was once one of the most celebrated mountain bike racers in the world. A champion, a role model, a name known across international circuits. But years later, she would be found sitting calmly on the side of a highway, surrounded by hundreds of pounds of illegal drugs, waiting for federal agents to arrest her. This is the story of how a world-class athlete became a drug trafficker, not overnight, but one painful decision at a time. At 29 years old, Missy was living in Colorado, surrounded by mountains that felt like home. She wasn't just good at mountain biking. She was elite. 14 major titles, 11 World Cup wins, a World Championship victory. She was famous enough to be featured in a PlayStation video game, recognized on late-night television, respected across the sport. Missy's life revolved around adrenaline, discipline, and control. On a bike, she was fearless. Off the bike, she was still learning who she was. In 2001, during a routine practice run, everything changed. Missy lost control. Her bike launched forward. Her body followed. She flew over the handlebars, slammed into the ground, and blacked out. A dislocated shoulder. A concussion. Doctors warned her. Her body needed rest. Her brain needed time. Missy ignored them. Because champions don't stop. They push through pain. Just weeks later, she was back on the course. Midronit happened again. Another loss of control. Another violent impact. This time, the damage wasn't visible. Her brain began to bleed. A hemorrhage. The pain was unbearable. Light hurt. Movement caused vomiting. Sleep offered no relief. For 3 months, Missy lived inside a fog of agony. Most people would have walked away. Missy didn't. Over the next 2 years, the crashes kept coming. Slovenia. Another wreck. The following season, another fall. A broken wrist, another dislocated shoulder. By now, Missy's body was breaking down. Over 40 broken bones. At least 10 concussions. Her injuries weren't just physical anymore. They were permanent. Chronic headaches. Seizures. Pain that never stopped. Finally, she did what she had been avoiding. She retired. Retirement didn't bring peace. It brought panic. No sponsors. No steady income. No health insurance. And the pain didn't stop when the racing did. Prescription medication helped, but only so much. Ocasionagi. She used marijuana to cope. But pain management wasn't a plan. Money was running out. Identity was gone. And that's when Eric entered her life. Eric wasn't an athlete. He was a businessman. And his business was illegal. He ran a massive marijuana trafficking operation, moving thousands of pounds from Canada and California across the United States. At its peak, his operation generated $50 to $60 million a year. Eric didn't transport drugs himself. He hired drivers, and when he met Missy, he saw something perfect. A former professional athlete. Clean record. Believable reason to travel cross-country. No one would ever suspect her. The offer was simple. Drive a truck. Haul a trailer. Get paid. Missy hesitated. Then she looked at her bank account. Her medical bills. Her pain. And she said yes. Missy's setup was brilliant. Inside the trailer, hundreds of pounds of marijuana. On top, her racing gear. Her mountain bike, air dirt bike. If stopped, she looked like a retired athlete on the road. And it worked. Run after run, coast to coast. Each trip paid $30,000. Then $60,000. For a few days of driving, she made more than she ever had racing. The money numbed the pain. The risk replaced adrenaline. She felt alive again. For years, Missy moved undetected. Thousands of miles. Dozens of trips. The operation grew. Confidence grew. And confidence is dangerous. By 2009, Missy stopped driving herself. She hired a friend to make the runs. Missy handled logistics and payments. The friend did the driving. Missy still got paid $60,000 per trip. Her friend got $3,000. It was easy money, untilit wasanti. Driving through Illinois, the friend was pulled over for speeding. What happened next changed everything. Nervous, scared, she talked. She told police about the 410 pounds of marijuana in the trailer. She told them Missy was usually the driver. She told them everything. Local police contacted the DEE. The operation was exposed. Federal agents made a decision. They wouldn't stop the shipment. They would follow it. A GPS tracker was hidden inside the trailer wall. The friend was instructed to continue to New York and then set up Missy, facing serious prison time. The friend agreed. Days later in New York, everything appeared normal. Missy met the truck, took control, drove to Eric's house. They began unloading. Then Eric froze. He found the tracker. Silence filled the room. They were compromised. Missy knew it instantly. She ran. Missy jumped into the truck, drove fast. Too fast. The trailer still attached. The tracker still lived. There was nowhere to go. No hiding. No escape. She pulled over, sat down, smoked, waited. D agents arrived quietly. No chase. No resistance. Missy was arrested without a word. Later, Eric was arrested too. The operation was finished. Missy cooperated. She took a plea deal. 6 months' time served. Eric received 30 months in prison. The headlines faded. The story didn't. Missy didn't start as a criminal. She started as a champion. But pain changes people. Desperation bends morality. And sometimes the road you take to survive becomes the road that destroys you. This was Crime Line. And this story is a reminder that the fall is rarely sudden. It's gradual, silent, and devastating.